Hello everybody and welcome back to Danganronpa. We're here with Stitch. And we just got told we have to go to the gym.
Going.
Oh, Giri's out. Let's talk to her real quick. Oh, Kyoko, did you hear the announcement just now?
Indeed.
Yes. I don't want to go, but we don't have any other choice, right?
Right.
I can't imagine it's going to be good news, but it's not a good idea to defy him here and now.
Goodbye.
So I'm going on ahead. I really can't do anything except what Nakuna tells me.
It is time for Monica to arrive again.
God, we have to walk so far for the gym, like...
Someone's either died or...
Oh, no, not leave the area. Asking us together all of a sudden is like this. What else do we want?
Well.
Indeed. What might await us this time? He keeps things interesting, that's for certain. How's that funny? Can't you smile like a normal person once in a while? Like how the housewife on a classic TV show smiles at the end of an episode?
What the heck?
That's something totally messed up with you if you can laugh at a time like this. Which of us is actually messed up?
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular. Just admiring, that's all. I don't want to kill anyone, but I also don't want to stay here living in blind denial day after day. I was just admiring how you could live like that and still keep your sanity.
What is this?
I'm not in denial. That reminds me, remember how you kept talking about the police or whoever would come to help us? How'd that turn out? It seems to me that there's no sign of whatsoever of a possible rescue.
Well...
That's just...
Huh?
I wonder what actually happened.
Certainly.
It's strange, that's true. There's no way the police wouldn't know about it. We're right in the middle of a major urban area.
What?
Police suck! That's a fact. On the contrary, the mastermind may be just that powerful to take control of even the police.
Could it be?
Then don't say it.
Nope. Gonna
It's
say
not
it.
like some occult mystery.
So about last night, I was dealing with home, just staring off into space. When all of a sudden, I heard it.
Huh? You heard what?
A sound that I don't really know what it was. But what kind of sound? Well, like I said, I don't really know. But if I had to describe it,
Could it be?
it looked like a construction site, I guess.
A construction
You're
site?
serious?
I mean, I could be making that up. I only just barely heard anything.
Then you definitely made it up. Must have just been that sound of the ocean in that head of yours.
Say what? What you talking about, Toko? And he's here. Welcome back, Monokuma. Wink.
He's arrived.
What, hero? Heard it wasn't sound of the construction? But it could have been an explosion.
Huh?
Then, pew 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 pew. That can kinda sound like construction in a way.
Do you remember where there's a machine gun?
The pool. Someone tried going into a wrong bathroom.
But everybody's here.
Ooh.
What are you talking about?
Beyond this point, my mouth is zipped. My lips are sealed, and I'm fully puckered. It's a little secret.
And?
Fine, then let's move on to what you can tell us. What did you call us, Ian?
Say what?
Beat me around the old bush, do ya? Ready for me to get to the point, huh?
If you please.
But before all that, you mind if I vent a little? I'm low on energy these days. My stitching's even losing all its shine and luster. I'm thinking, it's probably because of the ho-hum, boring old everyday life. I'm looking for something wish a little more simulation. Something real, with danger and intrigue.
Yep.
Listen, can I just be frank?
Your name is Frank?
Today, I'm
The
feeling
next black
black.
hasn't shown up yet, and I'm getting bored. Bored.
Hey,
I decided to come up with a new way to motivate you. Motivate?
You're gonna try to show some demented thing to try and drive us all to murder?
damn it!
What? Don't
You hear me?
To murder? Oh. I don't know what you've got planned, but we're not going to kill each other anymore.
Got it!
No matter what you do, I swear to God we won't. Very big talk. Do your very best to back it up, okay? Now then, with your permission, let me begin. So this time it's
Ba-bum.
embarrassing memories and secrets. As long as you're alive, it's a given that there's things you don't want other people to know about you. I did a little investigating on my own, and I dug up some of your darkest secrets.
And those embarrassing memories and secrets are all contained in the envelopes I have right here. I'm going to hand them out now. So take a second to take a peek.
Oh, what's this say? Oh.
I gotta wet the bed until he isn't pick bro!
How'd you find out about this?
You have 24 hours if someone doesn't become blackened by then.
Extreme!
All your deepest, darkest, most embarrassing secrets will be exposed to the world. Maybe I'll roll by a crowded intersection in a van, strapped with loudspeakers and spill the beans. Wouldn't that be so embarrassing?
So that's what you mean by motivate. And you already know Togami's secret. Because I told you.
They're all pretty unpleasant.
What?
Count on it!
Do you see? He's right. Your plan is doomed to fail. No one's gonna murder someone if for this kind of thing.
This is kind of depressing.
Oh no. It's because, for better or worse, your memory is still awake connected to the outside world. I have stuff I wouldn't want anyone to know, no matter what. So I'd assume you'd all still be the same. Which is why I put much effort into preparing this next motive. Man, you're saying you really won't kill each other? That's just shucks. Well, what can you do? Okay, then in 24 hours I'll expose all your secrets just to make myself feel a little bit better.
Okay.
So sad, so depressed. But not well.
So,
I don't know what to expect at first, but maybe we dodged a bullet on this one. I mean, yeah, having those secrets revealed is gonna be totally embarrassing. But that's seriously not enough to give someone a reason to kill, right?
Listen to me!
Good news, everyone. I have a brilliant idea.
You hear me?
Why don't we all just confess to the secrets in those envelopes right here and now?
Without
I
a
mean,
doubt.
I don't. If we do that, then the motive for murder will vanish. That's pretty smart, right?
Quiet down and listen.
Because my embarrassing
I
thing
don't want to
is...
hear your stupid story.
What?
Besides, I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to talk about mine.
As for me...
Neither do I. Not because it is unpleasant, but because it is impossible.
Oh?
Well, it's just human nature to hear it when you say it's impossible. Come on, it'll be good for you. Absolutely not.
Come on, come on.
Honestly.
As I said,
Here we go. Hey,
I said I don't want to talk about it, you human bag of lard.
say what?
What do you think, Shira?
I'm sorry. But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. Okay, so you never actually find out what Chihiro's is, so I'm gonna tell you. So you know how Chihiro's a programmer, right? Obviously, they can hack things. Yeah, they hacked into NASA and launched a nuke on accident.
True.
Yeah. Chihiro feels really bad about it, but... The secret survivor, you kill someone to keep it. Nobody's got something like that, right? I'll stop with all the secret talk, but
You hear me?
each of us has 24 hours to get ready. Having our secrets exposed isn't gonna be fun, but it's not like we're gonna die because of it. So, you know, don't do anything hasty.
Well...
The way you keep repeating it worries me even more. Sorry, I know it's gonna be tough, but...
Let's have fun soon, the door. Okay, then.
Let's call it a
Of
day.
course.
Good idea. We need to prepare for tomorrow. Yeah, couldn't shake. We have to sing this as they were. Why is mine on the ground, bro? Secrets are memories you don't want anyone to know about. A way to connect to the outside world. Honestly, all that crap Monokuma was spouting didn't have any effect on me. There's no way anyone would kill her or stuff like that. At least, that's what I thought. But maybe I was just being optimistic. Which is probably why, without too much of a struggle. Geez, I'm more tired than usual. Super duper tired today.
Your hair almost
I
took
fell
out then
asleep.
because it hasn't set out.
But what I didn't know is that even then, a tragedy was taking place. Final call. What's your last call for your theory?
Chihiro kills.
Who would they kill?
Ooh, I'm gonna say... I'm gonna go out of the blue and swap mine around. So Togami dies, but Chihiro kills.
Interesting.
It's time to find out who murdered
Well,
is.
I'm not totally sure
Not
myself.
murdered.
Maybe you should try reading between the
Through the
lines.
lines.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What are you doing here?
Yep.
So, I wanted to spice things up, so instead of the school announcement, I decided to wake you up in person.
What the hell for?
Because it's fun. As long as I'm here, I figured I'd let you hear right out of the bear's mouth.
Hear what?
Are you sure you should be acting as this laid back?
I mean,
Even though something happened to one of your buddy classmates.
what?
Say what?
Your face is all blue like someone is on the verge of death.
What happened? What are you talking about?
That's for me to you and you to find out. Good luck.
Something's happened to someone. Was it? No, it can't be. There's no way someone would... But what if... No what ifs are pointless, especially now when... The dining hall. I need to go to the dining hall.
Is Shihiro here or not? No.
Dakota, you okay?
Hey,
Did Monokuma talk to you too? You know, Hiro, Hinasaka, and Togami. You're the only ones here? Where's everyone else? Either they're already off trying to verify what Monokuma said, or they've fallen victim to the something Monokuma mentioned. The something?
perhaps.
Can't be. Has it happened again? Murder? Doing what Monokuma had to say, the worst possibility forced its way into my mind. It took everything I had to drive that thought away.
So, if something really did happen, does that mean someone did it because of what happened yesterday?
It can't be! That stuff was just a bunch of old memories! Just old memories? Don't be so sure about that. Clearly, someone felt it was more important than that. Huh? To judge someone else's values based on your own outlook, do you realize how dangerous that is?
What the heck?
Why didn't you say something yesterday?
Naturally.
Did you already forget? This isn't a co-op game. It's every man for himself. What good does it do me to go out of my way to help you?
Just the worst.
Stop saying that already.
There's something wrong with him for serious. Did he get brainwashed or something?
Wait,
That's not important. What matters right now is that we need to find out what happened.
That's fine.
She's right. Let's all split up and begin looking. The game is afoot. Where would you like to go? Where do you think the murder happened?
One of the tops.
One of the
Has to be.
dorms?
Yeah,
Well, remember, everything changed. They never are in the same place. So if Sayaka was killed in a dorm, it's highly unlikely that dorms would be a place for the second murder.
gym or the pool?
Okay. We'll start with the pool, since I'm already about this way. I just gotta remember how to get there.
That way. And we're closer to the gym.
Well, you know. I was already headed there. Wait, where was it? Did I pass it? Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Okay, not here.
Could it be in the locker room?
In the locker room?
Yeah. Haha.
The door's open, but aren't these supposed to be locked? Are you ready?
Ooh.
for this investigation, I have unlocked the doors. Please look around to your heart's content.
Fine.
Investigation?
It's all clear now.
Just as I thought. Togami?
I see.
Judging from what he just said, there can be no doubt a murder really has taken place. Come on. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. He was muttering
Don't
of
wanna
it.
check
You never know.
that. Chihira's dead. Chihira's dead. Oh, I was right.
Do you remember something about what's behind Chihiro?
The picture or the bloodlust?
Bloodlust. Do you remember?
Oh, someone said it.
They were talking about the serial killer possibly being responsible. And every time he would have a victim, he would write bloodlust behind them.
Oh, yeah.
That was the curliest scream. I'm sorry.
It was.
I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Togami, on the other hand,
Very strange.
most unusual, don't you think? He was totally calm, almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of a TV screen.
How is
I
he
see.
calm about this?
Look, Chihira's course has been suspended somehow. And something's been written on the wall. In blood. Bloodlust. Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. This murder is far too bizarre for any everyday amateur to have committed it. Unlike with Sayaka, this murder was not a crime of passion or necessity. It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What?
Training though.
Made of swimming. I was still reeling, too confused to understand what he was trying to say. Before I could even begin to clear my head.
What the heck?
Hey, I heard Scooby, did something...
Chihiro!
My favorite announcement.
A
My body has been discovered!
after a certain amount of time.
Another time.
What?
That's right, you're unconscious during Sokka, so you don't know about it. What you just did was the body discovery announcement. Apparently when there were 2 or more people discover a body announcement placed to let everyone know. I imagined it so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly?
Naturally.
Dead, yes. Before you start screaming your head off, go round everyone up. It seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer.
I know who it is.
Do you?
I think it's the muscle girl. I have a feeling.
Think it's Sakura?
Yeah. I feel like she'd be the one to murder.
Why? What would be her reasoning?
Damn.
Which means we are now in the same position once again.
Fuck, man.
What the?
Fuck is this?
It's a dream! This is a dream, that's all a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Mood. Shut up. We have to begin our investigation. Where do you want to start?
The picture.
Picture?
I feel like it's something to do with that.
Wait, look at the wall. Are these letters on the wall? Oh, they want me to look at that first, I guess. Word bliss is written on the wall in blood.
So
I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange.
Yeah, it does.
Stitch. You had to read it.
Oh yeah, but you know, there's one thing about writing bloodlust. In blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar?
Murderous fiend who kills again and using a bizarre and brutal method, and at the scene of each crime the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly and then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer?
What?
Genocide Jack. I knew it was Jack, I just couldn't remember genocide.
In the animation, it's actually Genocider's show, but
Oh.
I guess they wanted to make it easier to understand. Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
what is this?
And this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? Why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack.
It's not the picture that's in it. There's writing in blood on the picture. The real? What are you saying? Genocide Jack is here in the skull?
No way!
There's no way. But going as far as right bloodlust to the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko! You remember what Toko said?
When?
Why she couldn't investigate the first body?
Oh, what was it? She doesn't like blood.
There's a reason for that. And it's not just hemophobia.
Oh. Oh, bye.
She fainted. That did not sound good. Tucker, you okay? Oh, come on, wake up.
Oh,
Oh, that's alright. I just remember what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh.
So she is hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. Yasuhiro asking the real questions.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose.
But
So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? You gotta wake up. As if she heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, literally jumped from what first she was saying. Are you ready? It's such a strange reaction, I was at total loss for words. She leapt straight up in the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard.
Huh?
What? Sorry about that, I was so shocked, you know, it happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. And change in demeanor. Whoa, is that a dead body? Are you dead?
What the
She
heck?
must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and back, a top, an ending, and a bottom, a sea of truth, and a web of lies.
Well.
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No. Everything's fine. At least the stud is all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see.
Oh, that laughing? Yeah, it's a hint. It's a really big hint. It might be... No, well, it's not the hint in the way you think it's a hint. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mind taking her back. Could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take her the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat
There is no
myself.
question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
of course.
it is rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because
Yoo-hoo!
intuition works.
Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate. What does that
Things
mean?
on that pen.
Huh?
Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that?
There's definitely blood on that picture, but I think that writing in the top corner is just what was already there.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you press a mine if you want.
Hey, yo.
Any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing. Give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I should.
I said, you chump.
It's the Monokuma file.
Oh, I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way.
Do we really got to do another investigation?
Yup.
Examining the corpse of one of our friends, having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
Oh no!
I did say.
Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey.
When do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such
Just
ignorance.
accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump to it so soon. What? Do you want to die?
Such
Fine then.
ignorance.
Go off and die somewhere right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
I've used an object?
Piece of shit!
Hero wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya has said. Kyoko,
Because...
if we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
That's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
What?
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. Without your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. If in any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Which is true for all Danganronpa games.
Ooh.
What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually...
I just came up with it. I mean, one person wants to go around killing everyone. Their lovely student life would be all over, right?
So then...
In that case, why not limit it to one person?
Hey!
But in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Oh, that would just be totally murder, just that possibility.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Now I'll cut you guys to the class trial.
I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we could kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger.
Interesting.
Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up.
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Tuck off at her room.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must hurry and get our investigation to the sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Is that okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife.
I say we check the photo first.
Here we go. Yep.
Okay, so the murder. Okay. So what we know so far is the murder weapon was the dumbbell.
I like how you immediately were like, yep, that's it.
It's 100% it. There's blood on the dumbbell.
The victim was Chihiro
Meaning
Fusaki.
that
The time of
was
death was
the-
estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly.
Told ya.
Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which I've allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. So? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. You're reminding me to come with you. You're doing it like in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. Now, question. Do you think this is the only crime scene?
No. I feel like there's another one somewhere.
Okay, where would you think it would be?
If there's another one, I'd say...
Do you notice something weird about this room?
That thingy.
No. It has to do with the dumbbell.
The dumbbell.
Yep. Look around. What do you not see?
The hanging pole thingy that should be there.
Well, no.
No.
There's no weight rack.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you have those, where, like, if your gyms have
I know
those.
what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
This is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. Monica Faust had a blow to the head with this blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder
That's
weapon?
right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else.
Then the picture.
The
We put
pic-
it so- no.
The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder.
Hmm.
There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder.
Okay.
Could feel the light draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
The more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Bloodlust. Okay. I want to ask Sakura this question. Here's a locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard to carry someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice.
No. No.
Remember, not every gold statement is wrong. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. Gotta work out to get stronger. You're saying she came here to exercise, but according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed in around 2 in the morning. Would she really been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hina and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. Instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
However.
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Here's a question for you to think about. If she wanted to train with others, why didn't she train with Aoi and Sakura in the middle of the day? I'll give you something to think about.
Dude had a real complex about being weak.
Why did he just call her a dude?
You heard Chihiro.
I mean, it could be in one of those circumstances where he just calls everybody dude. I do that. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Stitch.
Oh yeah, sure did, which I guess explains the trip down it.
But she did really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl. After all, most girls aren't that strong.
I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff.
The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be.
Okay.
I believe it's about time for us to move on.
Already?
What?
No clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case.
Where could they have got the
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed.
It's wherever you can get the so it's wherever you... What room has the weights?
This place is really to investigate. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right?
The camera? Is anything wrong with the security thing?
Remember, right? This card reader's meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
You have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma.
Did you call for me?
Has it been investigated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up?
What's this about this card reader?
Yep.
The card readers have been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You only enter the locker room with the corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook.
And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through all the doors unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl.
The ceiling mounted Gatling gun would associate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct.
So that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. So, based on this, the assumption would be...
Yeah, the garbage hole.
Yes.
But the gun's changed position.
Has it?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other
As
words,
such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such
Good lord,
ignorance.
you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
Oh. There's nothing less from the prejudicial of the Takami family. You managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations.
Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things.
You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, if the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying there's a loophole, right? In order to borrow something from someone, and then what it means would someone have to loan it, so,
Why you?
I'm sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out.
Okay.
Be more like Kagami and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your damn answer.
That's fine.
well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll help you and myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. So what are we looking for here? Do I mean I have to figure it out for myself? Okay.
What's changed? Oh.
There's a mailbox here. Could it be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait. There's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So finally found them. You know what there's here, Togami? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of the dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself.
Oh.
Now, do you understand? This is a key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it.
Ah.
The dead people can't loan it because they're not people, they're things. Monica must said it himself.
Well, how? Oh no. I see it. It's fine.
What?
Hold on a second. What's
Very
wrong?
strange.
One of these handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? And that one won't turn must be Leon's,
I
right?
see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back, that cruel punishment which led to Leon's death, the execution that the mastermind concocted, a cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it.
Hey, hey.
Making me angry. Now I'm really angry.
What?
Handbook is essentially students' life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, and a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
Wait, remember, he said he could withstand 10 tons of force. Baseballs, even firing from a machine gun, wouldn't exert 10 tons of force. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say he wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and is waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Well, even my amazing handbook does have that one single weak point.
It does.
I can't hear you!
It's a secret. I wouldn't want you going to break any more handbooks.
What?
Hard to say. You know what I think? I
Well,
think his
what?
handbook is the one. But you might ask how that could be. Oh. So does that mean it's not his handbook?
Could be.
That's fine.
That means someone else has swapped the handbook.
Could be.
Well, who could have swapped it?
Exact, not quite.
'Cause
Are
what
we
else
still
could be
looking
in this
around?
room? Yeah. Oh. The door.
Look, a metal block in the engine seems like some sort of machine. Let's go around that side. I can only see it's so chilling. Have we got to talk to him? What did you mean by that, Togami? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihira's killer, but one more precisely. I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. And you really think truly Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely.
myself.
I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. Yeah, he's already said this like 600 times. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that'll prove it, and I can show you.
Oh.
Don't make me repeat myself.
And I have a basis to believe that. Does it really prove? There's something I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence is something like that. Hey. Big trouble, need your help!
I don't have time.
We're
to
busy,
play
leave
with
us
you.
alone.
Has
But it's an emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me! What's going on? This is a serious emergency, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, you know? Emergency, what happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Togami?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me
Don't
repeat
me-
myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he said say no and then be in the end of it. Yeah. Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she headed to the door. Mr. Toko's room, most likely. Is that some kind of emergency? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
so,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea.
Ring the doorbell.
Might as well give it a shot. Oh, slowly and silently.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But,
Won't
huh?
won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Ooh.
What do you think she means by that?
Is she part-time genocide doctor?
She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, draw out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Is that why Toko's so scared?
But-
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Gee, I wonder!
Tagami.
Hey, Togami, you think you'd ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her? Wow. I guess you can be nice when you want to.
What do you want?
Bacula?
Back
It's
here.
Byakuya.
Byakuya.
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let everyone say I give her control ever again. Or slam shut. Even Togami can put off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. What was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Ooh.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Okay, yeah, I'll just stay here and keep an eye on her.
Go.
Let's go. So I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in.
Ooh.
Okay, well, what do you want me to do? No, not him. Is there evidence that proves there was genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
So. Could have.
The laptop's gone.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm trying to click the papers. Got a coin though.
Yeah. Check the books. No, the ones on the table.
It's
Oh, the door. The door.
yeah. We're gonna go inside.
Let's go.
And like I said, switch her inside.
Oh.
So many books and files, and so much dust too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in its place to enter the dust.
I check. Oh, yeah.
Shelf stuff type of files, so I really think I'm gonna pick one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
that's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in before peeking at it. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Dangerous? They derail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous, true for a commoner. I mean, like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean like the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. Get ready to be disappeared before I take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I?
Maybe check the floor.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't even want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not kind of thing you expect to leak.
And then finally that one.
That one's not. Maybe like behind him? Oh, not him. Nope, it's. Reports reading different content.
Maybe the box on the floor on the other side. You could have clicked that. No, other side.
This?
Yeah, there.
That's right.
Oh, that's the same thing.
Oh. the floor, like one of the areas. There.
Maybe try to talk to him. Pay attention to your surroundings. You should discover that value for yourself.
Ooh. Down on the floor, maybe?
Wait, look. Did you notice that? It
There's
changed.
some-
Bro, can I...
what
Am I
else?
missing something? I have to be, right?
On the floor? The chest. The chest on the floor.
No, it just goes back to the...
The ladder.
That's right.
Oh, there's something on that side. But we can't get over that side any further.
A desk lab,
Oh.
which means somebody was reading.
What?
Oh.
God dang it, I don't want to keep clicking the bookshelf.
Oh.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It was proved very useful while I was in the library.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things that one person would ever see. You're for real.
Such
That's your house's
ignorance.
problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your reconceived reality labeled as a lie. It's not that, it's just not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? Goes to show how much hope Speak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't point to your punches, do you? Besides, what do you consider usual is based on common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. This is probably true. Oh, am I gonna have to go back through that?
Good as fun. Oh.
Oh shit, hold on. There was. One second, you're saying you read all these documents and more than once? All this has to be top secret. It's confidential stuff, so why? My family has a reading room like this at home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How's that possible?
So, in other words,
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that these materials gathered here are the real thing. Togami is scaring me more than the mastermind real. What always interested me were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. And among those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. What are you thinking about all this?
I'm trying to work it out slowly.
See, Togabe grabbed a specific law for the show.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. We got that checked, right? Right, Stitch? And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Check mark on that. Every surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. So that's why he believes it has to be Genocide Jack. No one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. That sounds so bad. You get Ayo? Now if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other
The culprit
words,
isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal fiendish killer really walking around among us. Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
Ooh. Okay.
Daddy? No, I'm just kidding. Togami, about that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you.
Okay. Oh.
Took my hand to the file, flipped through with a tense, nervous finger. Suddenly my hand stopped. I reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime I've been collecting. You notice something weird about this?
They're all hung in the same. The hands are hung the same.
Well, no. It's more specific.
The weapon.
Look over here. Or, well, I can't show you. But, like, look on the right page. In the black. Read what it says. The second paragraph, not the first one.
What, the one in red?
No, the one in black. The second one.
Hold on.
Beside the scissors.
Scissors were used in the murder. That one. The scissors.
Read it out loud for the class.
The scissors were used in the murder were apparently custom made, with every pair left at least at each murder scene.
Mm-hmm.
So that means there's still a pair there, right?
But, did we see any scissors in Chihiro?
No. Oh, wait, did we?
If you look at the red text, it says, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. That is the same paragraph on both sides. Chihiro wasn't killed. Chihiro wasn't stabbed. So, what does this mean?
It was a different murder?
No.
Like a different...
Or, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
So, like, they've done it differently this time? So they wouldn't get caught?
Why would they? What's the point of that? You're a serial killer. This is your signature thing. Why would you suddenly change?
So it's not obvious?
Serial killers don't care about being obvious.
Hmm.
I'll let you stew with that question. Oh, and do you notice something with all these names?
Because, oh no. Ken Harada, Honda,
It's not really necessary the names themselves, but the victims are all male.
oh yeah. So that means then there's a female that died. Oh.
Some things about this is not adding up, right?
Yeah. What's on the next page though?
All the crimes took place on either weekends at night or during the holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from DID.
That's Tucker. Isn't it?
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may have a split personality. Like, you kind of see on TV, some part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one's way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Tucker killed Chihiro?
let's go.
I don't know. Did they? That's up to you to figure out. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? As per usual, Toby returned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden, like that?
I don't have time to...
Come on, enough of your annoying and misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful and move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. Just like that, he was gone. As quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncover some really important clues to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's someone I have to go to investigate one more time. I should go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room, too. And the others might have come up with some info that I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can.
So, to the boys' locker room?
Onward to victory. Victory, Screech! Excuse me, Hifumi, I need to, scoot past you.
What could be in here that's missing?
Hmm? There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Did somebody shit on the carpet?
I mean, if Ben was there.
I don't see anything else of importance.
The picture.
Poster. It's a popular... Wait, why would a boy band be in the boys' locker room? Why would a half-naked girl be in the girls' locker room?
I don't know.
That seems suspicious.
Were they switched?
Oh.
Ooh.
You know, I never actually looked in here. That's a lot of windows boom boarded.
Bloody hell.
Nice pool, though.
We could have checked some out in there.
Yeah, let's talk to Hifumi, see if he's got anything. Oh. What's that?
I feel as
Another
if...
stat increase for me. Students would be fine. I cannot reveal that just yet, bro.
Let's
But I guarantee that what I found will
sure
seal
of
the
it.
killer's breath from his lungs. You sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well,
She refused to tell me.
would
It's like when a
seem-
girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time not there. Okay, we gotta investigate the warehouse after this?
Mm-hmm. Oh. They've been searched.
We should talk to someone who knows about the locker rooms. Who do you think that would be?
Celeste? Oh no.
Who exercises the most?
Of course.
Let me see something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker room have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really paid attention to the posters. I see.
However-
But there is something that has been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? And it's in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. Oh, really? You mean the stain that I found in the boys' locker room?
Did she switch the posters?
A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there was never a stain there to begin with?
Mm.
Well, anyway, let's go find Celeste. Oh, there's still more I need to check? What do I need to check? Field lighter. Okay, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko, do you ever made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then.
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. Missing, you say? Could it possibly be the one that's broken?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Goodbye.
That's it? I'll be very... Well, that would make sense if you think about it. Because they wouldn't want us to turn it on and figure out what... Never mind. You'll figure that out. You'll figure that out. Never mind.
How much does the dumbbell weigh?
If I had to take a guess...
More than 10 tons.
No. That's not what we're... nope. Let me put it this way. You know how Monokuma said that there's the iPad is crucial to their life there?
Yeah.
And it has everything about the person on it? What if that had something somebody didn't want to see? But the dumbbell did not break that. There's no way that tiny little dumbbell was 10 tons. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. Her hands are clean. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Yes.
It's a wire.
Specifically, it's an extension cord.
Oh, so it's been taken.
Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. At first I didn't see anything too much of either of them. But seeing them again after looking to the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, one thing is most likely to tie these mistrals together. It's the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro, and to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time.
So, the library.
Okay, so I don't know if it will... Okay. I'll give you a slight inclination of what's going on, because it doesn't show it like it does in the anime. When Chihiro is killed in the animation, Kyoko says that we need to examine the body thoroughly. Which makes sense, right? But we don't do the examining. Kyoko gives Chihiro a pat-down. And that is when she finds out something very important. And it pertains to the information on Chihiro's missing iPad.
That's a secret note thingy.
Wait, his extension cord's missing.
Yeah.
No, you dumbass. The cord. Oh my god. Lamp will turn on. Let's see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord is only going to reach out from here. The last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right here. Yep. Cause see? I'll say this. Don't think it's Togami, because why would the man jeopardize his crime reading?
Exactly.
Okay. So what did he say I needed to look? Oh, I still need to go talk to Celeste.
Yeah, in the bathhouse.
And I also need to look at the file. I don't know where Togami put it though. Is that it right there?
Probably. It was on that book. It was on the other bookshelf actually.
Was it?
The corner bookshelf.
This one?
Other one. Oh,
Genocide Jack's case file's gone.
sus.
Maybe he brought it as evidence or something. I don't know. Alright, anyway. Celeste. Excuse me? Wait, where was this?
Warehouse.
Where was it again?
Take a turn.
Hello, Celestia. Cess, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to fill a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought about talking about the warehouse itself, my name is Dirty, but I see it was pointless. Then did you find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. That's true, we also saw her here. Remember? Because we came and talked to her. Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime. Yes, it was, because I was right here too.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed her jacket in her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it, and just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I
indeed.
assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it appears she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Celeste, go fuck yourself. Anyway. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. That's true. Which I mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow.
The incinerator.
We can go take a look. Should we go investigate the locker rooms again, see if we can find it?
Yeah.
Wait, where am I going? Okay, that's the same stuff.
I'm sorry.
Locker room?
That's maybe. I keep pressing the wrong buttons.
Maybe through the next door.
Maybe through the pool? I don't see anything in the pool.
Maybe one of the next rooms.
Some kind of clue in the lockers, guess not. Alright, coin.
The other one? Don't know, there isn't either.
Okay.
Oh.
That's weird. How strange. I'm checking everywhere.
Classrooms, maybe?
I don't think that would be necessary, but...
Sauna?
Where is the sauna? Is it downstairs?
Yeah, back in the dorms.
Sorry, I was just thinking of something and...
Oh. It's in that. Maybe.
Nothing in it.
Maybe in the actual. In that dome, maybe?
Where in the world is her bag? It can't just straight up disappear. Oh, wait. One place to do with clothes we haven't checked. How do you know that? Somebody could have tried to wash the blood out. I actually don't know what we're supposed to do now.
Her room.
You can try. Where is her room again? Okay, well, I guess not.
Toko? What if Toko's taking the bag?
Wrong dorm. Bruh, what am I supposed to do? Because I am so confused right now. Yeah, wait, what you got? Which one come out? She just get one more glass. I was swimming and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Which what are you eating? A donut, of course. There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts. Richie would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her going regret. I should try to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well,
She's a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
yeah, totally.
It's true, and it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she's used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Oh, I guess we just had to talk to Aoi. Ding dong, bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door.
That's how we got our eyes. So is everyone what?
Yo.
Huh? Come on.
Forget the little nut job.
What are you gonna do?
Go
Okay.
ahead and drag me. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Just one more.
I got a few minutes later. He repeated. Dragon took up behind him. And I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you'd drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. Everyone's here, right? Okay, then hustle on the elevator and let's get to the show on the road.
Let's go.
I get going. It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
Yushiaki. She was so gentle, so calm and neat. Never had problems with her. Now it's time for the game.
It's true.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not reading off these guys. I'm trying to eat a little bit. I haven't eaten all day and it's almost like 9 o'clock, so I'm a little bit hungry.
What do you guys think? I recorded in it. Isn't it so refreshing? Isn't it so exciting? It's a waste of time, a stupid question. Let's get over with.
Very nice.
Good, referring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it.
Well?
Yeah, then let's get this show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Nine seats.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Alright, let's do this. I'm trying to... It's not working.
Oh.
Hello? There we go.
Hello.
Let's see if we have any more. Oh, we do. Alright. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Alright, what was used as a murder weapon?
It was the dumbbell. There we go.
Remember just to shout when you see it.
Yes.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
No,
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a...
Poor Chihiro.
Okay, so
Chihiro's, it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
What?
Shoot!
Chihiro's fatal it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Oh, thanks, Kyoko.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
It's not, bro.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Is it though?
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Stitch, would you like to press X for doubt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
press
Genocide
press
Jack.
X to doubt.
Yeah, excellent. No element has been added to him, stop without waiting. There we go.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Unfortunately, there kind of is.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Well, if you're
A lot
training
of
it,
it is probably more trouble than it's worth.
thinking
But
about
let's
it,
forget about that for
thinking
now.
about it logically, the reason it was there is probably because if you're training master detectives, giving them cold cases is probably the best place to start.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Tell him, Nakoto. What's the part that wasn't made public? No. Okay. Is it how the victim was positioned, where the murder took place, or the bloody message left behind?
How the victim was positioned, surely.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Well, damn! He just came out and said it, didn't he? Bro. What? You still there, Stitch?
Yeah, Murphy's is doing some dodgy.
Bro just came out and told everybody Genocide Jack is Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why's this gotta be so complicated?
understand? Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
She fainted. Her behavior. Okay.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
No.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
He's just really good.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself
to blame.
You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the
You...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yes! So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet...
What the fuck is this?
Toko.
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
intense.
Believe it or not, she's actually one of my favorite characters.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Miss Jack, Jill,
What's up?
some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true.
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Here we go.
Good time.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Well, you didn't kill anyone
You
this
say
time.
that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
I missed.
Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but
You say that, but
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Do you know why it's wrong?
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
One more time.
Oh, the scissors.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that. In a way that there are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
How it was rough. What was used to suspend her?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
Do you remember what that difference is?
The writing?
No.
Ooh.
Well, what did I say about all the names in the case file?
Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
They were all male. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye!
Right on the money! I love that line.
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all male.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
That's a little bit funny.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Duh. She's got a point.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
My husband just texted me, nope, fuck this game.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Guess what?
Da 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 da!
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you? Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Who's the one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases?
The muscle one?
No.
Oh no.
Who knows about the Genocide Jack cases all too well?
Next. Him. Tagama.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all? Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Uh-oh.
What do you think the contradiction is?
How he instantly knew where it was, probably. Monokuma file.
Do you want to look back at that? What that says?
So,
I do.
Am I-
Did we don't you hear her shoes? It was Could it be? Could it? Second floor. Second floor.
but he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for
Wait. He says that, right? But we didn't know it was Chihiro until we stepped into the room.
Yeah.
Well, there is a contradiction to that as well.
Oh god.
Remember, it only plays the body discovery announcement if 3 people are there. That's what Togami said.
Oh yeah.
So technically he could... Well, wait. No, he can't have found it first. Because then that would make him a creeper. And he would be riddled with holes.
Exactly.
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So it was the first one he needs to be shot at.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found... But he was acting weird... How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
I was right. It's the first one.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of
No?
weird before we found the body.
Shoot!
Where is it?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of... But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro,
Yes.
who was a... So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless to...
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting...
I have an idea, but I don't. Hold on.
Acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out, then that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
It's a...
Shoot!
I'm confused.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out, then
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless
I'm confused.
distractions. What's so strange about...
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I'm confused. Because it says here in Kogami's comment about Chihiro being a girl, whereas there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make any sense how he could have known before we had even found it.
Exactly.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
But it's not that one.
Yeah.
And it's not the other yellow one, so what the fuck?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a
Yes.
girl.
What am I supposed to do?
It's a different one.
There is no other one. Okay, hold on.
I refuse to give up yet.
Maybe I need to read this.
Oh.
Okay. So we need to hold on to it. Maybe we need to study what he said.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I would have said it's where it says the victim is Chihiro, where it says...
Wait, is that right? Hold on.
So,
I want to try
you
something.
said Byakuya, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for
Oh, we gotta use it on the first one.
wish you'd
He was
taken me
acting
with
weird
you.
because he already knew Chihiro was the victim.
Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of
No?
weird before we found the body.
shoot.
Maybe the second one.
Maybe.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to
Oh, I
check
lost
out
my
the
study.
girls' lock,
That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course,
Damn it, I
would
missed.
suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I wish you'd taken me
So,
with
you said Byakuya, he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who
Okay.
was a girl.
So,
We
of
got
course,
that.
I would. There was no time. What's
Now
so
we'll wait till the
strange?
next
wish
time.
you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya, he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction for.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
No.
Shoot!
Okay, what am I missing here?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was
Ah.
acting weird...
The victim was Chihiro before we found the body.
if you're presented with the opportunity to check out the
That's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
The victim wasn't Chihiro. That's my
I'll
sanity.
tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Like he doesn't even care. I've got him expanded, but he's acting like he's not
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
It was the wire.
Because why would it be the wire?
Because it was missing from the desk lamp, and the only person in there was
What? The
Togami.
difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Yeah.
But Chihiro was suspended with...
Have to do it.
It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
Definitely first.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right? What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Is it?
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
That hurts.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk.
Huh? Do we really need...
I know, but there's something that's still...
Is that right? And what? I killed her in the girls' Specifically, I dressed it up. What about all that?
Wait, what did he say? Hold on. I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. That doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
What's off about what he said?
The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
But I'm not
she
wrong.
was found dead in the girls' locker room.
Well, yes.
There is absolutely no question about that.
Yes.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Easy.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh, we caught him off his guard.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all that.
Why do we have a reason for saying all that, Stitch?
I believe I do.
What two things were obvious that the room was changed?
Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And the coffee stain that wasn't there.
Mm.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
What was switched?
It was the pictures on the coffee stain.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
What did he notice?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It's not that it was scrubbed away. Where is it?
It's in the body. Boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yeah.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That's a good question.
Huh?
Huh?
Handbooks.
Yeah.
Handbooks.
Yes, but if Chihiro's a girl, she can't get into the boys' locker room.
She swapped it. Because hers was broken, she swapped it with Leon's to get in.
Could
Surely
be.
it's gotta be that.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh, really?
I
Enlighten me.
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Yeah. The e-handbook. There you go.
Is it really possible? Could
Yes.
Chihiro really have gotten into the boys'
Oh, that's
locker
not what I
room
meant to do.
somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer.
Didn't he say it was
after all.
unhackable?
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No.
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room.
That's
no
not. That's
problem.
not what I meant to do.
Well, just shoot it and hopefully it goes.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
There. I got rid of it.
I got it!
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
Nope.
No, I don't.
She used the thing that.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
About that.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
No.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Seems too easy, right?
Yeah.
Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Kyoko.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so
sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
You know how earlier I told you that Kyoko found something in the animation when she was patting down Chihiro?
Yeah.
What do you think she found?
Something.
Wow.
He found something.
So before we knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was back to the crime scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Let's check it again.
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Sakura offered.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Are you ready?
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Put her hands together and read a brief prayer. Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
Are you ready?
Is a boy!
Chihiro is a femboy! How do you feel about that?
What's that say?
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
And now do you see why Chihiro denied every possibility to train with Sakura and Aoi? Because Chihiro could not get into the girls' locker room without being shot.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is a most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
You still think it's Togami?
Mhm.
Do you still think the killer is Togami?
I can't see it anymore. But also I do.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
That's a possibility.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
The killer was able to... Kill us what?
I'm gonna say it's a girl.
Well, the killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene in the boys' locker room.
So the guy.
I got it!
Alright, let's go. We're probably gonna have to absorb some stuff. Let's see what we got.
Well, that's the count.
When she said Chihiro had a bag.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead
Oh, that's
us
not what I
to
meant to
who
do.
did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough
Celeste
for
did.
now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's
Oh,
over.
dang it! It hit the
It's
purple!
all over.
It hit the purple words,
You wanna know
no!
who saw the victim?
The killer! And it's not like they're just game over, man!
Yay! No! Not game over! Isn't there a single
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw
the killer...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
Damn it!
It's all over.
You want to know who saw the killer?
Yeah.
Bro, that's so
they're just
hard.
game over, man!
Yay! No! Not game over! Isn't there a single
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any...
It's over.
Oh my god!
It's all over.
I'm gonna have
You
a
wanna know
fucking
who saw the
aneurysm.
killer? And it's not like they're just game over, man!
Yay! No! Not game over!
I swear to god.
Isn't there a single
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any
God
kind of
damn-
new info.
It's
Oh
over.
my god, I'm
It's
going
all
to
over.
I'm going to
You wanna
lose
know
my
who
shit.
saw the killer! And it's not like they're just game over, man!
Yay! No!
Oh my fucking god.
Isn't there a single
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new
What?
info.
Oh.
What?
Shoot!
Single clue. Single clue.
Isn't there a
Successful.
single clue that might lead us to who did
I'm the
it?
last one, man.
Shoot!
Isn't there a single
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
You want to know who saw
The killer. And only the killer. And
Got it. Whew.
That's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making so—
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag?
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty.
probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down...
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
We'll see.
Let's account again.
We might have to absorb some information.
Yeah, I feel it gonna
Let's
happen.
see.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading.
Yes.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Did I absorb the wrong
You
one?
heard him, right? What he just said.
Now odd. 'Cause
Wait.
he had a
Wait. Did we ever say that his tracksuit was blue?
no.
First of all, we know where Chihiro.
He was on his way, so next we have to. Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh, maybe I need to use Celeste's account. Hold on.
First of all, he was on his way, so next we. Why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one that.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
So I'm stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact,
It was blue.
blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Caught in 4K.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
But they're missing. Ishimaru.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
That's a cute nickname, actually. Cherry.
Cherry? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Uh-huh.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No,
What are you doing out your room?
that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was like she was trying to hide it.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Why? Why did Kyoko suspect him?
The way he was acting.
Nope.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
Remember I pointed that out.
Oh yeah.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present...
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What?
Actually, you know...
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
He found Chihiro's fucking notepad.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Whose is it?
Chihiro.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted.
Oh,
It won't even
how
turn on.
funny. Isn't that strange?
I
Yeah,
imagine the
'cause he won't
culprit
put it in
broke
the
it
vault.
to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
That's a good question. How did they?
Dumbbells?
Remember,
By hitting his weak point.
I got it! You
Damn.
already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Ah, you remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Exactly.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
It's exactly what
If
happened
the
to one
hot
of the
air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
But how would they know that?
Because it's thingy.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
When they were doing the fight in the sauna.
Which means that what?
That the cooling layer happened.
No. It means that the handbook that's in the hallway isn't Leon's.
It's thingies.
It's Mondo's.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because Mondo kept his clothes. Mondo kept his clothes on. Ishimaru didn't. Which naturally means he would have kept his handbook by his clothes.
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Show us your handbook, Mondo. Does it say Leon on it?
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Unfortunately, I do.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who brought their handbook into the sauna?
Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Broken handbook, surely.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
Yes, but doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your
We just went over this, Owie. Come on.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Here we go.
Okay, so it's that to that. I mean, it would be that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so then he's running out, run away, to the boys' locker room.
Here?
Yeah. It goes into the boys' locker room.
Also, can we talk about how this is from Makoto's case?
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, then it goes to... Where would it go to? That next one should be opening the door.
But that's from Makoto's room, not...
Or is it working out?
Remember this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and then it's... Locker room to... being attacked? That one?
This one?
Yeah, that's so. Then it's blood, so blood on the dumbbell. No, I'm wrong. Because it's only fallen on the next one. So that means it would have been hit, and then blood on the picture? Or on the floor? That bit? And they've been hit. Then it'd go from that to taking the picture down. To then carrying the body to then go into the dumbbell? No, I'm not up here. Let's mess this up here. Because if they're picking up the body, it can't be the dumbbell, because that'd be back.
Maybe drop the...
Yeah. And dead on the floor.
Togami came in.
The wire. And then wrote on the wall. And then disposed of the evidence. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. No, he had to go into the bathroom first. Wait, hold on.
So that back there should be... one of them should be a dumbbell instead.
This one needs to go over here.
Yeah.
Because that's, what's it called, floor.
Okay, so where does the dumbbell needs to drop then?
Yeah, maybe.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yeah.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yeah. Yes.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Yes.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Yeah.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Ew.
Oh, it's the other way around.
This one here, and then here?
Here's exactly what happened. With
Surely.
back, she made. But how could the?
Yes. Yes. I
Simple.
knew it.
Because she was really a he,
Really a
which is why
he.
he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Yes.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Oh. Girls' locker room? The card? No. No.
I mean, we can try it? No, because that's the same thing that's right here.
No, it'd be the girls' doll. Solid. No, because the girls' doll's wrong as well.
Killer is you! Which is why the killer then.
Okay, what is that?
Yeah. So, the girls' doll room would probably be moved. Which is cool. Yeah, first.
The killer is you! Which is why the killer hurt then.
There we go.
And finally, a girl's handbook, but this alone doesn't. After all, using one of those.
Oh.
And that's exactly how the killer did it, with the carpet and the poster they brought with. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room, in what you might call. That could have been the end of things. But no, Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, somehow, The killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Wait. No, where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Oh. We're doing this again.
Hopefully I can actually do it this time.
Hopefully. Oh, there you go. So you can push right, left, right, left.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Okay, I failed it, but I was getting the hang of it. Did you get it? I saw it though. I think I missed too many.
Because it said negative.
I refuse to give up yet.
Well, 5. There we go. Fully healed.
I got it. I got this time.
It's because we didn't have a lot of health left last time.
Yeah,
We
from
had half
that.
a heart.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
I can't see.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I did it! I finally got the hang of it.
If my thinking so far is
So,
right,
okay.
Mondo must have
Hold
replaced
on.
his broken handbook with Leon's.
Okay, so what I did is you can keep the tempo in your combo with the right click, and it will lock on to all the other ones if you hit it in the marker. And all you have to do is hit the left click once to destroy all the ones you've already marked. It's a little complicated, but I got it.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Hey, we'll take it.
No thanks.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up.
Give up?
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Wait till you hear the why. It's gonna be so fucked up.
Oh god. Yay!
What?
Do you remember what I said Mondo's name was in a different language?
I can't remember.
His name is Butter. His name is actually Butter in different languages.
Oh, butter.
Yeah, just keep that in mind.
Unbelievable.
Aww.
Oh.
Taka wanted to believe him. Taka wanted to believe in the best of him.
Sorry.
I guess he...
What is this?
Why are you apologizing?
That's a lot of whys.
Hey. What are you doing?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murderers this time is the sad story of two men. But for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward through the text. Help!
I want to hear it.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember. He couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is the survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing and embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though the dress is like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. The fact, if that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into a despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry. But...
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right. I want to change.
So that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry right now, because this is like one of the stories I hated the most. It's so fucked up. And so... that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. It sure was. The biker gang fellow had been painfully clear about how importantly his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was very similar of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage, so he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? He was trying to protect Chihiro's secret. You see why it upsets me now?
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been a part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
Nothing could have been that bad.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even you can't comprehend it. He obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? Here, why don't you answer? Embarrassing memory. That secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Now, here's the thing. I've looked into this story a couple times. He did not. But he thinks he did. Because he and Daya were biking along at night. And Daya swerved onto the wrong... Or Mondo, being an idiot kid, swerved onto the wrong side of the road. Daya saw something coming and knocked his brother out of the way with his own bike. He got flattened like a fucking pancake.
I just... Don't fuck with me.
He challenged him to a street race. You see what I mean? Mondo was being stupid. And Daya saved his ass. He didn't kill him, but I'm sure he feels guilty for it. I'm sorry, I do not blame Mondo for what happened to his brother. You can't look at that clip and tell me you blame him either.
No, I can't.
Sorry, I'll turn auto on. Give me a second.
I just...
I'm sorry. Huh?
I like how I'm not reading it just because I don't want to cry while reading it.
But I want to change.
You piece of... What? What?
Huh?
What? What?
No! What's wrong?
Damn you!
I just wanted to...
Yeah, that's right. You son of a bitch! I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
I feel like I just need to deeply sigh right now. Just...
Yep.
It can't be.
Well now, well now, well now.
Ridiculous.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it everything we've got.
Mondo's
Sorry,
accepted
man.
it.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Bing. What is today's punishment?
You like how he's got the Mondo haircut?
Yeah. Oh. Age of Death. So it just doesn't stop then.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Did my guy just teleport?
Mm-mm.
Wait, no, grind.
Do you get my joke now? It's butter.
He's not gonna eat it, is he?
I wouldn't put it past Monokuma, honestly.
Not for death in your soul, so. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again everyone's lives are so taken late. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen.
He is so loud. Dude.
What is this?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because the game is like
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except
However,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crimes?
What?
Listen, I like Togami, but he can be an asshole. House in the library.
Honestly.
Nighttime routine. That will never matter to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
What?
Well...
That's right.
I see.
But...
Interesting.
Correct. Indeed. Hey.
What's this?
You.
It's not just for you, Stitch. The punishment's not just for us. It's just my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are to transform all hope into despair.
What the heck?
Good grief.
Here, let me ask you a question for you to think on. Do you think those cameras are there just to watch us?
How exciting!
Hmm?
No.
What do you think they're there for?
That's enough.
For what?
Recordings, probably.
Why?
To show the world how bad people are.
You're starting to understand.
In the name of my family.
You're getting all riled up.
Monica was left for a peek from across the courtroom, and the curtain closed in the case of Chihiro Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
He's talking to somebody important, by the way.
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Question. Why would Monokuma say, you were supposed to make the first move, but you didn't get to play your part? Who died before the first murder?
Sayaka.
No, before the first murder. Oh wait, no, nobody died before the first murder. Who died after the first murder? My bad.
The first murder, it was that girl.
No, I said after. Well, yeah. Yeah. Do you not remember her name?
I do not remember her name.
Okay. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Do you want me to give you a hint? Who is it? The 16th high school student I'm in.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
And that is the end of chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I honestly didn't think I could beat that music thing, but we did it. We did it good. So, remember, leave a like, a comment about your favorite part, and a subscribe if you haven't already. And also, that's fucked up. I don't even know how to respond to that. Okay. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience, Stitch?
I can't think.
Did you think Chihiro was gonna die?
Yeah, I'd see it happening at some point.
They always go after them damn femboys.
Sexy.
Yes, absolutely. Alright, guys. Well, we'll see you in the next episode so we can continue our daily school life. Bye-bye.